sleigh bells of holly rocking around the Christmas tree. Have a happy holiday. Everyone's dancing.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
merrily
Keep that up just a little bit, Connor, please. Who is that? That's Brenda Lee? Okay, I want to make... That must be one of the... She's sung it for so many years. I think Tennessee made it one of the state songs this year, I believe, for the holiday. Yeah. Brenda. I saw her down at the state capitol. Bless her heart. She don't come up to a man's waist. She is little. Okay, thank you, Connor. The great, legendary Brenda Lee, Edwin Lee Raymer with you on a wonderful Sunday night before Christmas Eve. What did we say it was, Connor? Christmas Eves? 3 Eves right now. Okay. Glad you're here with us. Connor's on the board. I'm going to go it alone tonight. And this will be my final broadcast for this year, for 2024. And got just a few things we're going to point out as we go on. Try to keep this as light as we can. I try to. But we do recognize that it is Christmas and lots going on. And know that many of you are busy. And so many busy. And I try not... I've got to the point... I don't ask a lot of people. We're this close to the big day, and I don't ask a lot of people to come up. And even when Hanukkah coincides with Christmas this year, it's when Hanukkah starts. It's Christmas Day. So, I can come up and do it alone, go it alone. It's no problem. And glad to do. And got a lot to go over. And Connor's got a lot pulled up for me already. And I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's kick this thing off, and then I'll get started. But for right now, my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and yes, I'm still a private investigator. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
And a little rock and roll to kick it off for you on a Sunday night. And this is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. I'm your host, Ed Raymer. And once again, this show is produced at the studios of WGNS AM 1450, 100.5, 101.9 FM, right here in the heart of the great volunteer state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You can reach me tonight with your questions, comments, or thoughts at 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450. And, you can they send a text to this number now? Connor, will you get it?
Yeah, I'll have to pull it up on this computer now.
Okay. You can send a text to that number, and Connor can pull it up. My phone is dead. My battery's dead. So you'll have, if you want to send a text, if you don't want to go on the air, whatever, You can also watch us. Now, how do you reach us? Of course, the good old-fashioned radio. Was Angela here tonight? Yeah, she was here. Okay, she was here earlier and didn't get to hear her show tonight. But listen to Angela Bingham. I'll get into that in a minute. You can watch us Facebook Live. You can go on YouTube Live. News Radio WGNS. Catch us there. We should be there now. You can pull us up. You have to finagle with it and learn how it works. My wife listens on Alexa. And there's so many different ways that you can find us. And then, of course, on the good old-fashioned radio, 100.5 FM, 101.9 FM, or WGNS in your car, 1450 AM. You can download the WGNS app and take us with you and go wherever you go and listen whenever you wish. Listen to Jason Qualls. As I said, Angela Bingham, great lady, doing a great job. Merry Christmas, Angela. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you tonight. And, she's just doing a great job, and Jason does a good job. Always good information, and good guests, and just fantastic people. Proud to be a part of them, and to be part of just a small part of WGNS. You know, I want some of you, and I'm not going to pull this up because the thing was around 11 or 12 minutes, and I had Connor pull some stuff up, okay? And I'm going to get the politics out of the way first. And this is not really politics. Well, I guess it is. Everything's political to some degree. But I want you to pull up, there's a thing on YouTube, it's called TDS, and they are different speakers that come on and speak, and this lady's gaining a lot of traction right now. And her name is Stephanie Kelton, and she is an economist, and I think, and I've seen her on a couple of shows, I looked it up this week, and she's an economist. And she's talking about what is called modern money theory. People call it MMT. Now, we always hear about the federal, about the deficit, okay? We're in the hole. Today it's like 34 trillion, I think. I don't know. And according to her, and I'm going to leave it this way, she has said we're looking at this in the wrong light, okay? It's not doom and gloom, and here's why. I've said on this broadcast before, state governments, county governments, local governments, rural governments, they have one disadvantage to their debt. They cannot print money, okay? The federal government can print money, and they do, all day and all night. I had a neighbor of mine who used to work for the U.S. Mint, printed money. Sure did. And was a good fella. And he lived in Washington, I think, 30 years, something like that, and retired from the government. And that was his job. He printed money. That's what he did. I wish I had sat down and spoke with him about it at length. This was before I think I was ever doing a show here. Darwin Spinks was his name. Wonderful man. Great neighbor. He's no longer with us. And but the federal government has the luxury of being able to print money. Now, I will say this, and it's going to make some of you blood boiling mad. And she will tell you, Stephanie Kelton will tell you, this economist, the last time we had a balanced budget and we had a surplus was under, guess who? For 4 years of good old Bill Clinton. Yeah. The old boy from Arkansas. I asked him once, well, what did y'all use to do this? He said, it's a real common thing we brought in from Arkansas called math. We actually used it. And guess what? That stuff works, okay? Yeah. 2 and 2 is 4 after all. It works. And had a surplus. That's the last time. And it seems like we've gotten away from that, but she can explain this. Remember that. Get a pen, write this down. TDS. This lady's starting to gain traction. And look up modern money theory. MMT. Modern money theory. And this is please understand, this is the system, the way it works today. Nobody's trying to sell you anything, okay? We're not trying to say, maybe I think she's trying to sell us all on the idea that it's not doom and gloom because we're in such a bind, okay? But look that up because I watched her this week, and it's and she's got some traction. She's on some other shows as well, and I looked those up. And you can follow her. Go on YouTube and find her. Stephanie Kelton, Kelton. Stephanie will lead you through the maze known as debt, national federal debt. And that's been one that we all of us at times question, say, why can they run deficit and we can't in our own personal checkbook? If you're sitting at the house and you're trying to balance your checkbook tonight and you hear something on a news story that the federal government's run up another $1 trillion. Well, there's a reason for that. They can, okay, because they have the luxury of being able to print money. Miss Kelton can explain it far better than I can. I'm not an economist, and I don't propose to be. and we just try to relay to you the information as we get it. Connor, if we can, let's go to our first series of breaks, and we'll be back right after this. We're going to play some Christmas music for you in between there, and back with you after these words from our good sponsors, and stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Let's take the road before us and sing a closer to you. Mama, it's lovely weather for us there right together with you.
We were laughing, we were looking at, Connor was looking at, showing me some of the comments that came in. One of them is make Santa great again. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Santa's always been number one in my book, you know, especially around this time of year. I mean, Santa, he is real. Yeah, that's it. He's here. That's it. We've got a caller on the line.
WGNS? Hey, Jeff, all right, I'll get you on just 1 second.
Is that who I think it is?
Mr. Jeff Raymer.
Is that Mr. Jeff? Jeff? Ed Raymer, you're on. Go, buddy.
The restroom door said gentlemen, and
Don't sing that again, me. You left that on my voicemail. Don't do that.
Okay. I just wanted to,
It's a pretty good song, really. They did a pretty good job.
There's some more verses. That's the last one. That's the last one.
I love the one walking around in women's underwear.
Well, you haven't heard the one. It's the most fattening time of the year yet. So but the pumpkin pie filling and eggnog and beer. You ain't heard that one yet. Pumpkin pie filling, we got eggnog and beer. It's the most fattening time. I told you about the one that they wanted to go out jogging, but asked me had a hot butter roll. So it's too cold to go out jogging, so asked me had butter roll. He test this one out of job. But tonight it's too cold. And tomorrow it's too cold. So pass me a better roll. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, Jeff, I want to say this. Folks, I want to say this while I've got Jeff on. And, Jeff, I want to thank you for your support of my little show here. I appreciate you.
Show now. You got a pretty good following now. It ain't no little show.
Well, I appreciate it. We're trying to just put in our 2 cents every week, and I appreciate it. I want you all to know, folks, this man has helped me because he's a source of information on many different topics, not just politics either. He's a great sports fan. He's written sports for a number of articles for papers here. He's covered it. And, Jeff, I want you to know I appreciate it, and I thank you, and I wish you and your family the merriest of Christmases.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I hope you and your wife have a good Christmas. And have you talked to Stephen Reynolds since last night?
I've talked with Stephen. It's been a few days ago I talked with him, but I don't know if he's – I thought it'd probably be best not to call him after last night's debacle.
I guess somebody told me it's like that Bama fan he didn't want to come out of his house after they didn't make the playoffs. He said he's still in his house. He won't come out, you see. He won't come out.
He won't come out of his house?
So, yeah, there was one guy who said, what's that fan he's always see the ball game, Boggy went to? He said, oh, man, he won't come out of his house. It's Bama didn't get to the playoff. He won't come out of his house. He's just back to the house over there. You know? He won't even get out of his house.
He won't come out of the house?
Yeah, he wouldn't come out of the house. That Sunday they didn't make the playoff. He wouldn't even come out of his house.
Hey, now, I want to tell you something. My wife and I, we were at, and our daughter worked as a bartender there when the place was open. I don't think it's not there anymore. It was TGI Fridays, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And our daughter worked there as a bartender, so we'd stop by and eat there. And this was on a Saturday night in the fall, and Alabama and Auburn were on. You would remember the game. And it's Alabama. They the boy kicked the ball. They were going for a field goal, I think, and he missed. And one of the Auburn players caught the ball and ran it back for a touchdown.
Oh yeah, they called that the kick six. Because the guy running back.
Yeah, he ran it back for a touchdown.
Oh, you should hear the Auburn guys call. Oh, it's classic. He goes 40-30. He's going to score. His last thing is, they won't keep him off the field tonight.
Well, they didn't either.
Oh, no, they didn't. That's what he said when he got in that end zone. He goes, Auburn's going to win the football game. They won't keep him off the field tonight. They just went. They about crowded that field. Looked like a bunch of June bugs coming on that field there.
I'm telling you, but this one guy that our son knew, and I don't think our son was there. Of course, Lauren was there, our daughter. And he was an Alabama fan, and we turned around and looked, and he was gone because Auburn won the game.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to go outside, and he had to walk for about 45 minutes to walk it off. I mean, you would have thought that they had taken an arrow and just stuck in Nick Saban's heart or something.
Oh, yeah, see, if you live in Alabama, I've got a friend who they say it's either Alabama or Auburn. You can't have this happen as to them or one or the other.
Well, I'll tell you another one that's been under, and I talked to her earlier today. She's supposed to be calling in, is no one but our good friend, Miss Carolyn Cox, because she is an Alabama fan, okay?
I'm going to ask Miss Cox, do you miss Nick Saban yet? You Sticky boys? Sticky boys on there last night? Talking about Indiana, talking about Tennessee. How about them balls, huh? Look at that SEC, baby. The only thing didn't make my weekend is Clemson. If Clemson would have won, it would have made my weekend because two SEC. And see, Georgia, they're going to play Notre Dame next weekend.
Right.
Their quarterback, their starting quarterback ain't going to play. They got to play their backup. He ain't played hardly none.
Now, who's back up? Georgia's back? Really?
He hurt his elbow. He ain't going to play. He's out of it. He's out.
Okay.
At all. So Notre Dame's got a pretty good chance. But what I do want to say, too, that cold affected Tennessee last night. They said it didn't. But it did, you know. Because before the game, they had all this stuff singing Rocky Top, you know, Needling North and all this stuff. Needling North and all this stuff. They won't go. I think they wasted their money myself. Wasted all that money and driving and gave them away. So don't do me, babe. Just give me some cash. Well, you want to go up there and get your butt kicked. Well, that's what they're doing. So I went up there and got their, somebody they called up last night on a show in Knoxville. I'm embarrassed for Tennessee, and we ain't got no play calling and no hypo and all this. We're not back. And I mean, it's all you could have heard them, boy. It was like they lost their dog, you know.
Oh, I'm telling you, I've got a good friend. And he went to the game last night. He posted it on Facebook, and I'm telling you, I know they're feeling like probably that money was just wasted.
Yeah. This one lady, she called up last night. They had one show in Knoxville. You know how long it was on last night?
How long?
About 5 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours called in. This woman called in. She goes. Well, we and my girlfriend went up there. We drove up, said that they couldn't believe our Ohio State fans couldn't believe they was driving back. Oh yeah, we got. She goes, our girlfriend's got. We got to go to work. Chris, they couldn't believe it. She goes that host said, well, we're back now. When I was in school, it was Dooley and that Butch Jones. Those I was in school. And so they couldn't go. We got hype on that. No, we're back. No, it's busy. You know, I'm embarrassed though. I was embarrassed for him, but at least we're back now. We got good foot. We had Dooley and Butch Jones. You know, we had Dooley. He taught him how to shower and taught him World War II stories. You know, he taught him how to shower too. He taught him how to take a shower. You know, didn't know how to do it. But now I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like I say, y'all have a great Christmas, Lee. Like I said, I enjoy your show.
Well, thank
week.
you.
And like I said, have a good New Year. I know you're gonna be off next week, so have a good New Year.
Well,
I'll talk to you.
We will. I'm going to be off for 2 weeks. We're going to close it down till 2025. Thank you again for what you do, Jeff. I'll talk to you in the meantime.
I know.
Let's talk through the week.
We'll talk.
And by the way, my next caller I think is Miss Carolyn. You may want to listen to this.
I'll be listening. Carolyn, if you miss Mickey boy, you ain't coming back. He's going to Central Michigan now. So we'll see. So you have a good day, and we'll have a good Christmas.
Oh me,
Bye-bye.
Jeff Neal. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you so much. Miss Carolyn, are you there?
I sure am.
Jeff Neal was just on. He dropped your name. Did you?
Yeah.
He was wondering if you missed Coach Saban now.
Look, absolutely I do.
I think a lot of people do.
Look, and I'm going to tell you, it's been a rough weekend for me. You know, my Steelers lost. Alabama didn't make it to the playoffs. But I'm going to tell you, one really good thing did happen on yesterday.
What's that?
I watched Ohio State set up Tennessee. Let's just go ahead and call it what it was. That was just a good old-fashioned kick in the butt.
Yeah.
So,
I hope Stephen Reynolds is not listening. I hope Stephen's not listening because you're making an arch enemy there. Okay.
I'm just saying, things didn't quite go my way this season, and that's okay. But it was truly a joy to sit there and watch the Volunteers get rolled on yesterday.
Well, it is, and are we going to 16 teams next year? Is that the plan?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know. Look, I have been trying to stay away from all media. I mean, I haven't watched much of anything lately.
Right.
And listening to you on the onset about the MMT?
Yes, MMT. It's modern money theory. Yeah.
Yes. Look, I was like, let me look at this, and I was doing a little research while I listened to you guys talk bad about my Bamas, but that's okay.
I didn't talk bad about anybody, okay?
Well, yeah, it kind of sounded like that to me. Okay.
I didn't talk bad about anybody.
But
anyway.
Just on the surface, and and I've just scratched the surface on that particular topic.
Right.
That looks really interesting. What she says makes a whole lot of sense.
If you watch it, and Carolyn, she is gaining traction. I don't believe I'd ever heard of this young lady, and she is gaining traction because she's been on some other broadcasts. You can find her via YouTube, and unfortunately, what she's saying makes sense. What can happen is it's what's bad to go into the hole for is good for a lot of us. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
So I don't know. Make out of it what you will.
I like the example that she gave just in reading the article. I like the example that she gave when she talked about if your average person goes to the IRS, pays their tax debt, they'll take the check or take the cash,
Right.
write you a receipt, and then shred the money.
Well,
And, so lots of really interesting things in there. So it's definitely worth the read.
well, yeah, it is. And did you watch the TED broadcast? Is that the one you looked at?
You know what? I just Googled
Yeah.
MT. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
And it was an actual read. I haven't
right.
visually video. Yeah, I haven't watched any video, but I just read the article.
You can see the video, and she will show you with graphs and things. And I got to tell you, and you and I have seen a lot come and go. We've been around this place a while, been around this old world a while. But I don't think she's preaching pie in the sky. I really don't. And like I said, she's not trying to sell us anything. She's trying to explain the situation. And it's pretty compelling. It's a pretty compelling argument to me.
Yep. So, like I said, I like what I've read so far. So you've given me some good holiday reading to
Right.
do. So I'll definitely do my homework.
I know. But now I am really sorry about the Alabama thing. That is tough to be ranked number 11 in the nation and not get invited to this tournament. I mean,
But you know what? But I tell you, I've never been a big Georgia fan.
right.
And I suspect that they will do a good job as in regards to Notre Dame. So that's going to be an interesting game to watch. I mean, if I got to root for somebody, and I might as well keep it in the color scheme. We'll see if those Bulldogs can pull it out. But and you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I think Ohio State's gonna have a tough time with Oregon, so that's gonna be a good game.
Oh
to watch,
yeah,
too.
yeah. They are. Oregon is. They are for real. And I know you can probably remember this too. I can remember when people say Oregon's got a football team. I can remember those days. We didn't know they were there for a while. And is it still true? You may know. I had heard, because they're owned by one of the shoe moguls that owns one of the shoe companies. And I'm talking about, it's not Nike or Adidas, or maybe it is. I don't know. But they never wear the same uniform twice.
Okay, so now you're gonna make me do more homework, huh?
No, I'm not.
See, you piqued my curiosity. I didn't know anything about that, so I'm gonna have to look that one up.
I had heard that he is so wealthy that they never have to wear the same uniform twice. They change the color schemes, change the helmets. I mean, he has put his money behind that school. And
Now, can you imagine if somebody were to actually put some money behind the homeless?
oh my
Or,
goodness, I know. Don't get me started. I know. And
Yeah, that's nice, but dang, they can. If he were to wash those uniforms at least 2-3 times, I mean, he could probably put a nice dent in the Oregon economy too. I'm just saying.
I know, and and maybe he does that as well. I don't know. I'd like to think if I was that wealthy, I would. I'd be giving it to somebody besides the guy that's going to be the next president, to the tune of $280 million or $280 billion or whatever he gave me. I don't know. There's no telling. But I watched another lady we watched that I watched MSNBC. I watched Stephanie Rule the other night, and he wanted to cut. Of course, Musk is running this government now, and I know this is sort of a Christmas show. We're trying to keep it light, but I did want to mention this. And he cut for Gabriella Miller. It's a program for children. I believe they either have cancer or whatever, and this child is no longer with us. And they ran a clip of her. And now this is a child. She's just a child. Is only like 4 or 5 years old, maybe, something like that. And said, "What would be your advice, Gabriel?" Said, "Quit talking and start doing." That's a child.
Can you imagine?
Imagine, yeah.
What would happen if we all did that?
And this program was only $190 million. And she said, by the way, it only takes Elon Musk about 2 hours to make $190 million.
Well,
You know?
Yeah, look.
Why
that's
do you
a
have
whole,
to?
That's a whole nother hour.
Oh,
talk
yeah.
Show.
I know it is. Now, listen, one other thing. You're not going to be here with us for Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
Yeah, and on the 19th, you're going to talk to some people on the night before. And the last year was just a well.
Oh yeah.
We did a weather
I remember
forecast.
that
Yeah,
well.
Brian was with it. I told you I had more hits on that show than you can shake a stick at. And the snow was really, I mean, it was coming down in buckets. You had come out of Nashville, and I told you, hey, stay home. I want everybody home. And which you did, thank goodness. I didn't want everybody out slipping and sliding trying to get up to the Ed Raymer show because Ed Raymer's there. And there's no sense in that. But, hopefully this year it will be different. And so we're going to have some of your guests on, some of your people. You've already reached out to some, as I understand.
Yes.
We talked earlier.
Yes.
We talked earlier this
and
afternoon.
have already gotten some confirmation. So
Good.
that'll be a good. I think that'll really be good. And that is what a way to. The 20th is going to be to me a day of service.
That's what it
let's
is.
make Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's honor Dr. King.
True.
And do a great day of service. I'll actually be coming in. I've got a trip scheduled, a girls' trip scheduled, and so I'll be coming back into town on the 20th. I won't get in until late, but trust and believe, while we're out, we'll be doing some service as well.
Oh, I know you will. I know you will. And I want to take this time, Carolyn. I am so glad that our paths have crossed over the last several years, and you're in my life. I want you to know that. And folks, I don't mean that in a romantic sense. Don't start breeding anything into that.
Right.
But I really mean that. And I want to wish you and your family the merriest of Christmases. I really do. And I hope your granddaughter, I hope y'all will get her something this year, okay?
Look, it has been built. We are on a mission, so yes, we are good to go. And
Yeah.
look, she's sitting in my lap with a little bit of a temperature, so I'm gonna get her some medication.
Okay.
And,
Medication.
yeah, well, a little something to get this temperature down.
I understand. I'm gonna let you take care of her, and well, I love you to death and appreciate what you do, and I'll be talking to you in the coming days. Okay.
Look, we love you too, and we appreciate all that you do. You take care and have a very Merry Christmas.
Same to you, Carolyn. Good night. Okay. Thank you, Connor. Have you got another call?
No, that was for her show. She just
Your
called
show. Okay. All right. She called a little earlier. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's go to our last series of breaks, Connor, if we could. And then when we come back, we'll wrap this thing up. We've got a little over 20 minutes left to go. Ed Raymer, Connor's on the board with you. Back right after these good words. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 390-7219 or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. All right, and we are back, and I'm going to go ahead and go with this thing. I want to thank what is that? What we got here? Is that good? Are you done with that?
You want to keep it?
No, it's fine. You can turn it down. That's fine. Thank you. I want to thank right now, before I forget it, because it'll be a couple weeks before we're back. We're going to do some repeat shows the next 2 Sundays. Thank you all for listening. Those of you that do, I appreciate your support so much. I see you out in public. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your information. I appreciate your input. I really do. And it does not fall on deaf ears, I assure you. And you are much appreciated. Thank you. And Connor, thank you for what you do. I want to thank this station. And, everybody have a safe Christmas, too. Please have a safe and Merry Christmas. I want to play something for you because we've had a lot of talk about politics, and I want to play you something that was done by Bernie Sanders. Connor, you got this pulled up. This is it's from YouTube. It was done December the 20th, 2024, just the other night, or the other day. Welcome to the world of oligarchy. Now, this thing's it's close to 8 minutes. I want you to listen to this. Take a listen.
Hello, everybody. As I am sure you have heard, there is a lot that's going on here in Washington, D.C. So let me say a few words and try to explain it. Bottom line, after all is said and done, is that after months of negotiations, Senate Democrats and House Republicans reached an agreement called a continuing resolution, which would continue to fund the government for 3 months. Frankly, that agreement was not something that I was all that excited about, but it was better than nothing. And I was prepared and am prepared to vote for it. And one of the reasons is that it contained a reasonable increase in funding for primary health care, something that I feel very strongly about and that my committee, the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committee, is responsible for. And given the enormous crises that we're facing in health care in this country today, it really would be of help to many millions of Americans. What this legislation would do is significantly, or modestly at least, increase funding for community health centers all over this country, which treat about 30 million Americans who are low income or working class. And it would also increase the number of young doctors who go out into rural America and also into underserved areas. That is where we need the doctors and the nurses, and that's what this legislation would do. In any case, within the House of Representatives, the Republican House, and the Democratic Senate, there was widespread agreement on this resolution, and it was just about ready to be passed. In fact, the Republicans posted it on their website. We were ready to go. But then, out of nowhere, the wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, began tweeting his opposition to this legislation. In fact, he was very blunt about it. He told Republicans that if they voted for this proposal, which they had already agreed to do, he would take out his wallet and spend as much money as it took to defeat them in primaries and drive them out of office. You got that? Take a deep breath and appreciate what's going on here. The wealthiest person in the world, who spent at least $277 million to elect Donald Trump in a Republican Congress, has now claimed complete ownership of that party. And what he is saying is, hey, Republicans, forget your constituents, forget your constitutional responsibilities. If you don't do what I, Elon Musk, want you to do, you're out of office. And I have the money to do just that. My friends, what we are looking at here has nothing to do with democracy. What we are looking at here is oligarchy. This is up and up. Government by the billionaire class for the billionaire class. And by the way, Musk is not only trying to intimidate Republicans, he is trying to inject himself into the Democratic Party as well. He is threatening to target Democrats who are standing up to him and his agenda. Further, and very dangerously, and this is the guy you know who owns Twitter, as part of his campaign to defeat this resolution, Musk has been spreading an enormous amount of disinformation and outright lies about what is in the bill. He said that the measure would include a 40% pay raise for Congress. That's a lie. It is a 3.9% increase, the same as federal employees are receiving. He said that this legislation would fund bioweapons labs. Not true. In fact, it provides funds to protect Americans from emerging infectious diseases. He said that the country would be just fine if the government shut down. Really? Here's what happens if Mr. Musk gets his way and the deal implodes. Funding for kids' cancer research gets cut. At a time when we are already paying the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, pharmaceutical middlemen will be able to continue to overcharge you for your prescriptions. Americans recovering from devastating floods, fires, and hurricanes, often due to climate change, won't get the help that they need. That's what happens if the proposal goes down. And what happens if the government shuts down? Well, our troops won't get their paychecks. Nearly 7 million women and children who rely on WIC nutrition assistance could go hungry. And 2 million federal government workers, some of whom don't make a whole lot of money, won't be getting paid. Now let us be very clear. Elon Musk was not elected to be president of the United States. In fact, he was not elected to be dog catcher. And by the way, what all of this hoopla is really about, above and beyond everything I'm talking about, is that when Trump and Musk come into power in late January, do you know what their first order of business will be? You think it'll be to fix health care? You think it'll be deal with climate change? Deal with homelessness? Well, if you thought that, you're dead wrong. Their first order of business will be to provide massive tax breaks for the wealthiest people in this country and the largest corporations. So think about it. At a time of unprecedented income and wealth inequality, when Musk himself is worth almost $500 billion, what these guys want to do is give more tax breaks to billionaires and the heads of large corporations. So where do we go from here? Let us understand the gravity of what we are dealing with. This is not politics as usual. This is not just Democrats versus Republicans, conservatives versus liberals or progressives. It's much deeper than that. What we are dealing with right now is that the billionaire class, which owns so much of our economy, which owns so much of our media, they are now moving aggressively to own our political system as well. So we got a lot of work in front of us. We've got to educate, we've got to organize, and we have got to stop them. Thank you very much. Have a great holiday season.
Okay. You get that? That's from one of the most well-spoken, down-to-earth senators you'll ever hear. I was telling Connor while our mics were muted, it takes about $190 million for this program for children's cancer. Like I mentioned earlier. And this little girl Stephanie Rule had on the other night was a bright child, very bright mentally, I'm telling you. Said, what would you say to him? Quit talking and start doing. Well, like, she looks like she's about 4, maybe 5. She's about 4 years old, I guess. Are you telling me we've got to have a 4-year-old child to tell people what to do now, to tell senators and congressmen how to act? Please give me more than that, you know. And by the way, again, I'm going to reiterate, $190 million, it takes Elon Musk about 2 hours to make $190 million. Decide what you're going to do, America, because the clock is ticking, okay? Now, I'm going to give you something, and Connor was good enough to pull this up, but I don't have time to play it because we're running out of time, and Miss Sonia's waiting. She's wanting to get in here, and I want to get her in here as quick as I can. But I want you to pull up something from Tom Hartman, and it is called, it's on YouTube. It was recorded December 13th, 2024, a few days ago. And here we go again. Biden can stop Trump's political prosecutions by pardoning everyone. Okay? I want you to hear what it said. And what he gets down to, he doesn't mean pardoning the whole country. That's not what he means. Okay? Don't go running off deep end, Republicans. Don't go crazy on me. Go ahead and just sit back and make Santa great again. I'm glad you read that. That's just... You don't see some of the stuff we see up here. It's pretty good. Make Santa great again. Anyway. No. Okay? Members of the January 6th committee, who Trump has said should be in jail. Other people he has come out against has said should be in jail. Anyone that he has said should be in jail could be pardoned. Now, I know that's not a way that presidential politics ought to work. And heretofore, I would have said never. But this is the world we're living in now, folks. This is what we're dealing with. They could be pardoned by the President of the United States. Just remember that. Look it up. It's from Tom Hartman, T-H-O-M, Hartman, H-A-R-T-M-A-N. And I'm going to end this broadcast and it's been one long year. I know some of you personally have had rough things happen this year. I've got a good friend that lost his wife recently. Wonderful, wonderful man, wonderful family, wonderful people. Last night I lost a good friend, another. I've lost 2 this year. One was a fellow by the name of Nathan Sharp. Nathan was funny, quick-witted, former United States Marine. but could talk about anything. Nathan, a wonderful person. Wonderful person. And he has been missed. And we lost him back, I believe it was the end of summer. I'll stand corrected on that. Beginning of fall. Wonderful person. Last night, a good friend of mine left this world, laid down the working tools of life. His name was Robert David Lanehart. You know, I often kidded Dave, because we all called him Dave. You know, some men are Baptist, others are Methodist, some men are Catholics. David was a New York Giants fan and a New York Yankees fan. That's what David was. But I'll tell you about Dave. Dave was a retired teacher, and he had the ability to teach. It was in him. He was one of those people that just, and if you asked him to do something, he prepared. He prepared for it. He didn't just go in on the fly. He knew his material. Wonderful person, great sense of humor, very dry, not explosive, not overbearing. And he will be sorely missed. His daughter is here, and I believe, and I'll stand corrected on this, his daughter was with him from, had come down from, I believe, from Maryland, I think, and his sister, I believe, was here, and she was from Vermont, I think. Last time I saw Dave was Tuesday night, and he shook my hand, and he had a very firm handshake. Went to see him a time or two after that, and one time he couldn't, and then the last night, Thursday, I went, and he had been moved to a live hospice, and we all knew then that things were very close. And at 7:03 p.m. last night, as I said, Dave, he laid down the working tools of life and moved on. So to his family, we're thinking of you. We thank you very much. And 2005 will be here quick. I will not be speaking to you live. We're going to do some replays here in the next couple of weeks. Thank you all for everything. And I want to tell you something. From our family to your family, from the Raymer family, from all of us, I want to take this and wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas, okay? And you won't have to worry about making America great again. America's always been great. Miss Sonia's out there, and she's ready to get in here, and I want to get out of her way and give her some time to come on in. Here she is right now. And I'll tell you what, until the second Sunday of 2025, for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show, I'm Ed Raymer, and I'll catch you down the road. Good night.